Hey friends, welcome back. It's Sound Guy Barry. One of the things that really helps me help you put on a great show is when we work together and we communicate well. Now, if I've worked with your band on a regular basis, I have a pretty good idea as to what to expect. I generally know who's going to be singing what songs and what to expect out of your band in terms of who's playing what instruments when and so forth. But if I'm working as the house sound guy and you come into my venue, and we haven't seen each other recently, well, I don't know those things, and it would sure be helpful for me to know those things so I can help mix a better show for you. So I'd like to suggest a couple of things. One is when you come into the venue, if you can give me a stage plot which shows where various instruments are going to be located on stage, this is really helpful because that way I can get busy putting the cables down on stage to wire up all your instruments even before you get the whole band set up on stage. Saves us time. And it doesn't have to be a fancy diagram. It can be something you can scratch out in just a couple of minutes. For example, on this diagram here, we've got a drum kit, and the drummer is going to be using in-ear monitors. Bass guitar is going to be over there. Got a couple of guitars on the other side. Right up here near the front, I need a DI box to pick up an acoustic guitar. We got 3 vocals going across the front. The center vocalist is using in-ear monitors. Got keyboard over here, and he's using in-ear monitors. So it's just a really simple diagram you can scratch out in just a couple of minutes. And if you hand that to the sound guy when you first come in the venue, we can get busy getting you all wired up and set up, and it gives us a little extra time to work with. Don't have to wait for each other. And I'd prefer to get the stage as wired up as I can before the band arrives so that we're not all tripping over each other and as we're trying to get our equipment set up. It would be helpful in the case that some of the members of your band are using in-ear monitors or wireless microphones to know if those in-ears are wired or wireless, because if they're wireless, that means that I probably need to hook up a connection that's going to be back near where the stage snake box is, or the stage junction box, or maybe back at the mixer. Whereas if it's a wired connection, I know I need to run a cable out to that location to give you a feed. And likewise, if you're using wireless mics, that's nice to know too, so I know if I need to run a cable out to that spot on the stage, or if I'm just going to be picking up a wireless receiver, probably back by the stage snake. Now, something that a lot of bands do give me, which is helpful, is a set list, like so. And this is a particularly nice set list because the various songs are in different colors, which give me a clue as to who's going to be singing lead vocals on those songs. So I can anticipate my vocal levels as I transition into the next song so that I'm already got the mixer in a good position, so when the song starts, there's no adjustments needed. It's always nice to know what's happening so I don't get surprised, and that makes the band sound better, and it reduces my stress a little tiny bit. This set list, on the other hand, pretty similar. There's some notes on here saying that I need some extra reverb on the drums on this song. And these songs, I put a little note saying that they have acoustic guitar, whereas most of the night the band does not play acoustic guitar, but on a few songs they do, and it's nice to know that that's coming up. Because chances are, if an instrument is not being used, I'm going to turn its level down so it doesn't add additional noise into the mix that isn't contributing to the song. But I want to make sure that I'm back on that channel and I get the levels up and ready when the song begins. So it's nice to have a heads up saying that this instrument that isn't used very often, or this musician who doesn't sing very often, is going to be up in front and center on that particular song, so I can be prepared for it and I don't get caught off guard. Now, of course, I do try to watch the band as the show progresses, and I try to catch these things best I can, but if you give me a heads up at the beginning, well, I've got fewer excuses for missing that action, and it makes it easier for everybody, and it makes for a better sounding show if I've got those adjustments happening without having to play catch up with the band. So a couple quick tips for you as to how you can better communicate with your house sound guy to have a great show, because that's what we all want. And of course, if there's anything that you need, please don't hesitate to ask your house sound guy, if you need any kind of adjustments with monitors or if the stage lighting's causing you trouble or anything like that. If you need a fresh beer, I'll be more than happy to point you in the direction of the bar, and if you grab me one as well, that would be awfully polite. So, I hope that you have great shows and you sound great. My name is Barry. I'm a sound engineer in the Minneapolis and St. Paul, Twin Cities area. Love to help you out if I can. And if you would be willing to help me out, I would appreciate it by helping the YouTube statistics here by hitting the subscribe button up there if you haven't done so already. And likewise, I suggest you hit the bell icon so that YouTube will notify you when there's new content to watch. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. And I would appreciate it if you come around next time and watch the next episode of Sound Advice. Thanks again, folks. We'll see you soon.